Hello everyone, welcome back. Hope we're having a great day and we're all doing well. So I'm going to be doing an operator tier list. I've never done this before. I thought it would be quite a fun thing to do going into year 7 season 3. Before we get into this, I will have Grim in this. I will note though, I haven't played Grim in a massive competitive setting yet, only really in the test server, so I will give my initial opinion on him, but I think it could change going further into the season. As well as this, all of this is completely my opinion. I will justify why I put these operators in each tier, but if you disagree with me, that's completely fine, and we can talk about it in the comments, and you can tell me why you think an operator should be in a different tier. And there's no right or wrong answers here, this is purely going to be my opinion. So let's get into this. Now I think right off the bat I'm going to put Ace in S tier. He's definitely the best hard breacher in the game. His Selmas are so versatile. The way he kind of outshines the other hard breachers is his range. Of course he has the 8k12 as well. If you're a thermite you have to go up to the wall and there's risk of getting shot in the back and you're defenseless whilst your gun is away. With Ace you just throw his gadget at the wall, you can do it from range, and he's back to holding his weapon within a few seconds. So yeah, as it currently stands I would say that Ace is still the best hard breacher in the game and he is definitely an S tier. Right, next is Alibi, and I think this is quite interesting. I'm going to put Alibi in A tier, and the reason for this is I think Alibi is an incredible operator. She's an incredible roamer. The MX Storm is an incredible gun, especially with 1.5 times. Her gadget still does kind of catch people off guard, even if you are the most experienced player, and those pings really do help. But I'd say a massive part of what makes her good is the player and the weapon given to them, and I would say in its current state it is kind of a crutch weapon. We will see how it turns into year 7 season 3 when more people actually get use of the recoil. I don't think the recoil is that bad on the test server for it, so it is interesting to see how she is going to continue to perform. But I'm going to put her in A tier because I wouldn't say she's got an incredibly amazing gadget, but it's definitely not bad, and the fragging capability of Alibi is what makes her great in my opinion. Right, so Amaru, I'm going to put her in B tier. I was considering A tier, but I think I'm going to settle on B tier with Amaru. Not a bad operator at all, really good loadout. When I'm playing in a stack, I feel like we can coordinate quite easily when we know an Amaru is coming, because you have the sound cue obviously, and I feel like by the time she's already in a window, we already have a cross on her. So maybe it's just because I've not experienced a great Amaru player when I'm a defender, or I've not played Amaru incredible when I'm an attacker, because she does have her moments, don't get me wrong. You can frag out with her, you can get some really cool plays going up hatches and stuff like that, flying in windows, and of course secondary hard breach charge is actually getting a buff next season as well. I just think there is a lot more operators which are above her. Aruni, probably my most played defender this season, straight to S tier. I think a lot of people actually sleep on Aruni. Her gadget is extremely helpful. The attackers have to waste utility to get through it. It's also a sound cue once it opens, you know which doorway they're going to be pushing. It also stops you from getting hit by projectiles because it will catch them, and that DMR is absolutely incredible. So many people do not use that DMR and you're missing out. That is arguably one of the best weapons on defense. It has the 1.5 times scope. You have the advantage of being on defense and you can hold those angles with this DMR, and it's high fire rate, and most operators you can kill within 2 to 3 shots. It's a really incredible DMR and you can easily frag out with it. And of course her passive ability where she can make rotates without using any utility at all. She doesn't lose any health, she doesn't lose any utility, there's no refresh on it and stuff like that. It's a continuous punch. Granted, it does take longer than the other options, but the upsides of that are incredible, being able to make rotate holes, lines of sight, feet holes, and I'm actually not going to be surprised if she gets nerfed in the near future. Okay, so we have everyone's favorite Ashe. I'm going to put her in B tier as well. R4C is going to be more usable next season with the new recoil changes on PC, and they're actually reducing its recoil on console as well. You know, it's Ashe. Ashe will always be a great operator. Granted, she still isn't as good as she was like 2 seasons ago, but the breaching charges are perfectly useful. They can clear so much utility. You can get soft walls, clear evil eyes, clear shields, clear banshees. They're very useful, you know, there's no downside into bringing it. I think when you can just do this and more with other operators, kind of means me personally, I don't play Ashe that much because I feel I can get the exact same job done but better with some other operators. Now Azami, I'm actually not sure. I kind of want to put Azami in S tier. Now Azami is just incredible in my opinion. She can make her own deployable shields, shall we say, or hard walls, but the fact that you can completely block off lines of sight basically anywhere on the map is completely game-changing. That was the reason they wanted to introduce Azami. They wanted another game-changing operator in the game, and there's been so many occasions where I've been playing ranked and I've been able to make a brand new angle with Azami. Angles which you've never been able to make in 7 years of Siege on some of the oldest maps can now be made with Azami, and she can block off certain angles, making rooms more valuable, making certain positions more valuable. She is a complete game changer. Bandit is going to go in A tier in my opinion. He's still not as good as Cade in my opinion. You've also got the Impact EMP changes next season, season, and they're definitely going to affect Bandit the most. But one of the things that are still keeping him up there, in my opinion, is the fact that they changed Bandit batteries. So it is going to be easier for Bandit tricking, and Bandit is such a necessary defender. I just think Cade does his job a little better. Right, so Blackbeard, I'm honestly considering putting him in D tier purely because he's got quite a weak loadout. He is a fundamentally broken operator who shouldn't be in the game. He'll never be balanced. The fact that you can even stop one headshot is just completely broken. I am considering putting him in C tier purely because he is going to have this secondary impact EMP grenade, and I feel like that would make him a bit more useful. But there's other operators which will have that secondary impact EMP grenade who are just better than Blackbeard. So even though he is getting that impact EMP grenade, I still don't think people are going to play him because they'll just play one of the other operators with the EMP impact grenade. Pretty awful operator who shouldn't be in the game. His gadget just doesn't work in Rainbow Six Siege. He's in desperate need for a rework. You might disagree with this, but I'm going to put Blitz in C tier. I'm just going to admit I'm not an incredible Blitz player. I know you can pull off a lot of plays with him. As a defender, I think I can counter him quite well. I can hit my shots on his feet. I can hit my shots on his hand. I feel like I can kill a Blitz quite easily. If you are with a coordinated team, Blitz can be quite hard if they do have attackers backing him up. But I just think in the current meta and the current playstyle of Siege, Blitz doesn't really fit in that much. Of course, you are welcome to disagree with me here. That is just my honest opinion. But I just don't really think that Blitz is currently that great. Okay, so next we have Buck. I'm honestly considering A tier, maybe S tier. I think I'm going to put him in A tier for now. Buck is absolutely incredible, really strong AR as a primary weapon. You can easily switch to the shotgun secondary, which can be used for killing people, but it's mainly used for soft breaching. Incredibly versatile at making holes above, making holes in soft walls. And as well as this, Buck has the secondary hard breach charge, and he's also getting the gun 6 next season as well, making holes in the floor, the capability of destroying castle barricades or Melusi Banshees with the gun 6, and of course opening hard walls with his hard breach charge. So I don't know if I should actually put him in S tier because the way I've described it now, he can do soft breach, hard breach, and utility clear. Right, I think I'm actually going to put Buck in S tier. Let me know if you disagree with that though. Right, Capitao, I think I'm going to put him in A tier. Really great gadget. The smokes help so much. The fire is extremely useful as well. Great loadout. And he's also getting the gun 6 next season as well. But you guys might disagree with me here, but I'm going to put Castle in A tier as well. Just like Azami, he can close off certain lines of sight. Closing off castle barricades are insane. The UMP with a 1.5 times scope is extremely good. It has near to no recoil. And I know a lot of people hate on the UMP, but if you simply hit your shots, it's actually a really good weapon. He has the super shorty as in secondary, meaning that he can make rotates, lines of sight, footholds, all of that stuff. He also has the bulletproof crammer, which is extremely useful utility as well. Castle can literally reshape an entire bomb site. And he can basically force the attackers to play his way and his playstyle, and if they don't want to do that, they have to use a lot of utility to clear it. Caveira, I'm going to put in C tier, probably because she is good. She is capable of getting kills, but if you're in a high rank, pulling off an interrogation is going to be near impossible. That's mainly because most attackers are going to be pushing with someone else and there's going to be a refrag after. I feel like a lot of people think that Cav's OP, but that's mainly people who are in gold rank and silver rank, and that's because you guys don't drone. You just walk in, you get killed by a Cav in the corner, she interrogates, and everyone runs out on the rest of the attackers. But if you're actually playing in a coordinated team, Cav usually gets refragged. So Cav is capable in high ranks, but she has to do more than just hide in a corner and kill someone, because she's going to be getting droned, she's going to be getting Dokkaebi calls, lying calls, Grim might be tracking her. So yeah, although she is quite daunting and hard for low ranks, if you're in a coordinated stack, Cav should not really be an issue. I fucking hate Clash, okay? It was like the design team just threw everything they've, talked about over the past few years and decided, yeah, we're going to make this big fuck off operator which has all these issues. She can slow people down and do damage to them. I'm fine with that, right? But it shouldn't be both of them. She should either slow someone down or she should either damage them. And it's just the way how finicky her gadget is as an attacker as well. Because like she'll zap you, she'll stop zapping you, but then you'll still be slowed down for like another 2 seconds after that. I feel like she's just so fundamentally broken in this game. She's good. I might actually put her in A tier because she has a super shorty. Like I said, if she has that shield, she can close off so many lines of sight. And if you're working with capable teammates, you can easily coordinate to hold people off, stop plants, do all this stuff, swing on calls. Clash is an amazing operator. I just fucking hate her. And if I had the chance to remove any operator from this game permanently, it would be Clash. And now with Doc, I really don't know what I'm going to do with him. He kind of got replaced by Thunderbird. I'm going to put B tier, and I don't want to put B tier for Doc, but he's just a worse version of Thunderbird now. Thunderbird, if you see my other videos, I just think is completely broken as well. She has way too many heals. The way you can get healed is too easy as well. And she's also got the spear. I just don't see how Doc is relevant in the current meta. You're welcome to prove me wrong, but I just don't think Doc is that operator anymore. I think he's been completely replaced by Thunderbird. Dokubi, I also don't really know what to do with. I'm going to put A tier right now, especially since there is so many cameras on defense and she has the capability of hacking them and taking control of them. You can really put the attacking team up on a pedestal and take an advantage over the defenders, especially when you've got a Maestro, you got bulletproof cameras, you got Valkyrie. I just think Dokubi is really good. She's good for roam clear as well. So yeah, I think she is quite good in A tier. Echo's going to be S tier in my opinion. Can stop plants, really good gadget, disorientates the attackers. A good Echo in sight, covered by shield, can assist the rest of the team around the site area. Once again, can stop plants. It can be a 1v5, 10 seconds on the clock, and Echo can win that easily. Ella, I'm gonna put in B tier as well. I think she has a good gadget and stuff like that. I just think there's better alternatives to Ella, because I think I can use other operators and get the same job done. No hate to Ella and no hate to Ella players, I just think there's better operators to play on defense. Finka is an easy S tier, only healer on attack. She is getting the LMG nerfed and losing grenades, but on the other hand, she still has a spear, which is one of the best ARs in my opinion. She, once again, has the ability to heal the whole team without any risk. The only thing she has to do is basically be alive and not in the radius of a mute jammer. Reviving injured teammates when she's not even close to them. Great loadout still has the gun 6. Yeah, she's still an easy S tier. Flores is A tier in my opinion. Good at clearing utility, good at clearing shields, Malusis, Evil Eyes and stuff like that. Really good getting stuff off the wall. Only issue is he is quite easy to be countered by just getting shot. It is quite a slow gadget. Mute jammers are quite easy to disrupt it as well. So yeah, although it is quite hard to get a Flores drone into sight, once you do get to do it, you can get really big payoffs. If Frost in B tier, it's a Frost mat, you know, drone it out, shoot it on the window. Her gun is actually going to be quite good next season. They're giving it angle grip. They're also giving it the 1.5 times scope back, and she also has the ITA shotgun as a secondary, so she can make rotates and stuff like that. Really good operator. I just think her gadget is a bit meh. Drone it out, you know, stuff like that. It's only really going to affect people if they haven't droned that window. I am guilty of that. I stand in frost mats all the time. Because I know why I done that. It's because I didn't drone the window. So any capable player can stop a frost. Fuse is A tier? No, maybe S tier? No, A tier. AK-12, incredible weapon. His cluster charges can go through hard walls now. It can also burrow through 1 second faster starting into the season, so they're buffing it. And he's also got secondary hard breach charge as well. And he's also getting smoke grenades added. So yeah, Fuse can do so much. I feel like they're buffing him with every single update. Yeah, he could maybe be S tier as well. I feel like he's better suited in A tier because he is a 3-speed. I feel like he's another operator who just keeps getting buffed and has so much untouched potential. And people are going to start realizing that and abusing him pretty soon. Next we have Glaz. I want to put him in A tier. I know his gadgets class is situational, but he's an incredible fragger. He has grenades, he has gun 6. His thermal scope and looking through smoke as well is just extremely strong. Next season as well, he's getting vertical grip and angle grip, meaning that he can, you know, get less recoil and ADS faster as well, depending on which one you use. Yeah, I might actually put Glaz in A tier. The grenades, the gun 6, the incredible weapon. He is honestly a better fragger than Ash in my opinion. I think Glaz is actually one of the best fraggers in the game. Of course, a smart way to use him as well though is holding down lines of sight. Goyo, one of the most underrated defenders in my opinion. I want to put A tier as well. I've already made a champ video for him, but his fire lasts insanely long, can stop plants. Only downside is it can be popped quite easily if they do get a line of sight. They nade it, they have a Twitch drone, they have a SAM or something like that. So it is quite easy to be countered, but his payoff is really high. Gridlock, I'm gonna put in B tier. She is getting the EMP impact grenades, so it is going to make her better. Her loadout is extremely solid and her gadget does help a lot. I just think that there's people who can do her job better. I know this is a discussion which people have, but I just think she's a worse version of Nomad. So I don't know, I'm going to put her in B tier for now. Right, so the new attacking operator Grim. Where are we going to put him? I'm going to be honest, I don't think he's that good from what I've played in the test server. I just think he's a worse version of Lion, Nomad, Jackal. I don't know, I just don't think he's as good as other operators who can kind of do the same job. I know if there's someone in a corner, you can shoot it and it'll ping them, but I can also just drone that corner. And as well as this, he also has to put his entire weapon away to pull out this big launcher to shoot his gadget. It's no underbarrel or one click of a button like with Lion or Jackal where you toggle modes. To put his weapon away and then expose himself, which there's a potential to be shot. I know people will argue yeah, but he's meant to be on sites and you're meant to shoot them in corners and stuff like that. But once again, I can do that with other operators. I don't really need to see why I have to bring a dedicated operator to clear corners. Why can I not just do that with Ayana, who is better in my opinion? Next we have Habana. I'm going to put her in A tier. Really good at getting hatches, especially with a secondary impact EMP nade. You're going to be able to get the electric claws quite good. It's going to be hard for Cade to stop all the hatches. We can use Bank as an example. 4 hatches, mainly 3 going onto the bottom floor of Bank. Cade can only stop 2 hatches. If you have secondary impact EMP, he can't really reach most of them, and if he wants to trick it, he has to focus on 1. So yeah, I think especially with the secondary impact EMP, Habana has just gotten better, and she'll always be the best operator when it comes to hatches. I'm going to put Ayana in A tier. Incredible loadout, great weapons. She actually got the gun 6 removed, but she does still have nades, and I think her entire gadget is great. It's basically an infinite drone as long as she's alive. Her gadget revolves around the entire concept of refragging. You can run in as a hologram and get intel, or you can push with a teammate, clear it, and then if your hologram gets shot, your teammate can then refrag that hologram. Yeah, incredible operator, one of the best attackers in the game in my opinion. I just don't think she suits S tier. I think she is more suited in A tier. IQ, I'm also going to put in A tier, purely because, like I said, secondary impact EMP is coming next season as well. She can ping so many gadgets. So there's a Cade on the wall, there's Capcan traps and everything. There's so much stuff you want to clear with these secondary impact EMPs or with a Twitch. IQ can do that all for you. I wouldn't say IQ is bad in any way, shape or form. I just feel like people don't really like playing her because it takes coordination, and not a lot of people have coordination in this game, if we're going to be honest. But yeah, IQ is A tier in my opinion. Jackal as well, I'm going to put A tier. Incredible at clearing roamers. I actually have so much confidence when I play Jackal. I even can solo push on Theme Park by myself and do half a map clear by myself because I have trust that my teammates are droning the other sides, and I can drone myself in as Jackal, check the corners, and then I know which bits are cut off, and I know which bits a footstep would be if they are in that corner. I just feel like I've mastered Jackal enough, for me at least, to be able to get such map control in so little time. And of course his guns are incredibly good in my opinion. He also has the shotguns, so he can open up hatches, make holes in the floor, make small lines of sights. Yeah, Jackal's amazing. I don't know what to do with Jaeger. I feel like I should say S tier, but I'm once again leaning to A tier. I feel like a lot of these operators are going to be kind of A tier because they're not bad, but they're not overpoweredly good like I'd say S tier is. I think Jaeger would still be S tier in my opinion if he still had the constant ADS and it doesn't have to refresh after every time it's been burned. I think that's better for the game. I thought the constant ADS was quite annoying, especially when attackers have limited utility, but I think that's what kind of keeps him in A tier in my opinion. Cade, I'm actually going to put in S tier. I think he's just better bandit. He can get hatches, he can get more walls. You can put it in certain places as well where even if they cali it, it won't hit it because it's around the corner. Bandit batteries are always going to be at the bottom of the wall. There's no guess where they are. They're always going to be at the bottom, so you can get it with a Maverick, the EMP, Cali and all that. But Cade can be around corners. It can be hidden in objects. Cade's just a better bandit in my opinion. Cali is going to go in A tier. She is great. She does one thing which the EMPs don't, and that's actually destroy the gadget. No EMP can destroy a gadget. Cali can. I think the thing that's holding her back is that she still has a sniper. I think she would just be so much better if she had an actual weapon as a primary weapon and not a sniper. Of course, I feel like people are going to play her less now that secondary EMP is out. But I don't want to put Cali down to B tier because I think as the primary alternative to Thatcher and the only attacker that can kind of destroy gadgets through walls like Thatcher used to, I don't think she deserves to be lower than A tier. Although I do feel like the EMPs might do that to her, but we'll see how that goes. And I think if worse comes to worse, they might actually need to buff her by giving her a proper weapon. Next we have Capcan, and I'm gonna put him in A tier, B tier. I think I'm going to put him in B tier. He's good. The EDDs are strong, especially with the double EDDs now on doors, which I think is so annoying. Can kill people in one hit, but it's once again one of those things where like just drone it and that's it. It's gone. He's nothing more than just an operator with a gun and a nitro cell, which is good. I feel like it's in the same situation as Frost, where it's just like you can drone it, you can easily clear the utility. I complain about Capcan a lot, and that's purely because I just didn't drone, and I know that's my fault, and I'm not going to say that's a strength of the operator, that's a weakness of me. So I think Capcan is okay in B tier. I'm going to put Legion in A tier. I think he's just a better version of Capcan. Granted, it won't kill you and stuff like that, and it's really good for intel as well. Both of them obviously can't place gadgets when they're dead, but I just think Legion has a better weapon. I think he can place it on doorways better. I think it helps more because it can give you better intel. There's more of them. He can also stop a plant because it's in the final seconds of the round and the attackers have to go for a plant and they hit a goo mine. They have to pull it out their foot, so it can stop a plant like that. So yeah, I just think Legion is just a better version of these trap operators, and I think he's one of the best ones in my opinion. Hey, you guys might disagree with me here, and that's fine, but I'm going to put Lion in S tier. Extremely strong gadget, makes all the defenders stand still. If they do not stand still, they get constantly constantly pinged. Incredible loadout, his vector is good, his DMR is incredible, one of the best weapons in the game in my opinion. The shotgun, I can take it or leave it, it's a shotgun on attack. He has the Gun 6 for utility clear, and he's also getting the secondary EMP impact grenade. And that's why I put him in S tier as well, because I feel out of all the operators who are getting the secondary impact nade, I feel like Lion is going to be the one most beneficial from it. There is more, I'm going to say, we'll get onto that, there's two other operators I think who are going to benefit the most from it, but I think Lion is going to do it the most because he has one of the best gadgets, Gun 6 and everything, and yeah, he's just absolutely incredible. You are welcome to disagree with me, but I feel like Lion can do so much now, especially with the secondary impact EMP. Maestro, honestly, and you might hate me here, I'm going to put him in A tier. Before, I would actually put Maestro in the S tier, but once again, secondary impact EMPs are going to be changing a lot. And now, actually, this could be a downside for Echo as well, which I didn't mention, but dealing with a Maestro Evil Eye now is so easy. You can punch the glass, and it means they can't see through it. The only way they can see through it is if they open it up, and if they open it up, you can shoot it and destroy it. With the impact EMP nade, you throw it once at the camera, it opens it up, you can shoot it and destroy it. You can counter an Evil Eye so much easier now, and you don't even need to use a lot of utility to get it. It is still good, it can destroy gadgets. Maestro has the LMG, not a bad operator at all. I just dropped him down to A tier because I feel like countering him now is so much more easier than it was before. Maverick, I don't know. I want to say A tier, but I'm considering B tier. And I don't want to put him in B tier, so I might put him in A tier. But hear me out, he is possibly the worst hard breacher in the game now because he's losing grenades. And with secondary impact EMPs, he is also going to be played less. He's still insanely good, don't get me wrong. He can still get through the wall even if there's a Cade or a Bandit or a Mute. But I just feel like all these factors are going to be making him played less. And I don't want to put him in B tier, but I feel like I might put Maverick in B tier. I may regret this and may move him up, but I just feel like there's so much stuff now pushing him down because he's just not as good as Thermite and Ace. He no longer has grenades, so he can't nade his own walls to get rid of electric claws or mute jammers, so you need another teammate to come with that. And at this stage, there's certain operators which have secondary impact EMP, and that's just going to be a lot more easier for people. So Maverick is not bad, okay? This is not me saying Maverick's bad. This is just me saying that all these other factors have pushed him down. Melusi, I'm going to put in A tier as well. Annoying gadget, can easily be countered by the impact EMP now. You throw the impact EMP, it opens it up and you shoot it. She's an incredible operator, incredible roamer. Her gadget's really helpful. Yeah, A tier easy. I think despite her nerfs, Mira is still S tier. Although you can punch the glass, she's still extremely useful. You can basically control and crowd control how people push doorways. You've always got that impression of a mirror window on you. Yes, people can punch it, but they have to actually get close to the mirror window to do it. So she is still as good as she was 2 years ago, in my opinion. She's still an incredible operator. You know, when have you never found a mirror window intimidating or an issue to deal with? Montang as well, S tier or A tier in my opinion. Just a shield operator, coordinated team, you can do so much. He has secondary hard breach. Could be S tier operator, gonna go with A tier. Secondary hard breach, keep that shield up. You can apply so much pressure, pull out to your team, let them work around you. You can do so much. Yeah, I'm gonna put him in A tier. Of course, I should mention, it doesn't matter where they are in A tier, they're all the same. It doesn't mean that Alibi is better than Montang, they're just all in A tier. Ozzy's gonna be A tier as well. Can stop drones, can stop Flores and all that. Could be B tier, but I'm gonna keep him in A tier because of how good Mute is. And we're just gonna jump straight into Mute. Mute, easy S tier. Easy S tier operator, can counter so much, can stop so many drones, can do so much, great loadout and everything. Mute is incredible. Nuke as well, I'm sitting between S tier and A tier with Nuke. Great loadout, incredible gadget. One thing that might push her up to S tier in my opinion would be the secondary impact EMP nades which she is getting. That is one of the other operators I was referring to. When I was talking about Lion, I meant Nuke as one of the other operators as well who's going to get buffed by this. Especially when cameras are such a major part of this game, when she can go invisible to them by just using her gadget, and then she can push up and she can also disable those cameras with the EMP nades. Nuke is an extremely good operator, so yeah, I think she is an S tier. Nomad is going to be A tier as well. One of the best flank watches in the game. She's incredibly useful. I think when they changed it to give the attackers with claymores 2 claymores, kind of pushed her down a little bit. She could be an S tier operator as well, but I think I'm going to keep her at A tier for now. Oryx, I'm going to put him in B, A or B. I'm going to have to put him in B tier, and I know that's going to upset a lot of people, and I know a lot of people love Oryx, but at the end of the day, he's just a roamer who has a special ability. I think climbing up hatches is a really good thing. I think running through walls is a really good thing. He's the main counter to Montang, but personally, and once again, this is all my opinion, as a roamer, I feel like I could go Melusi, or I could go someone who brings better gadgets for the team. T5 SMG with 1.5 is incredible, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me here, but I just think personally he is B tier. Osa? I'm going to put an A tier as well, and it's this secondary impact EMP again. It just makes these operators so much better, and she's already a great operator, great loadout. The shields help so much. You can hold windows with them, you can do so much with them, but I think this secondary impact EMP is going to be incredible, and it's pushed so many operators, which before I would probably put an A tier up to S tier, and I think Osa is one of those operators. Pulse getting a buff next season, he's getting 1.5 on the UMP. I'm going to put him in A tier. I don't think there's much more I can say about that. Pulse is a pretty good A tier operator. I'm going to ignore the recruits, just know that they are again impact EMP next season, so that is something to note. But Rook, next season, mid-season, he's going to give the withstand ability to all the operators on defense, or anyone actually. If you're an attacker, you pick up his armor, that's going to give you withstand. I know a lot of people might hate on this list, and we're going to see how I'm going to see how the reviews are for it. I know this sounds rare, but is Rook an S tier operator? Hear me out. He's going to give withstand to all his teammates who use his armor. So that means every defender on the game can revive themselves without anyone around them. You get shot, you're injured, you're behind cover, you can revive yourself. That is so strong. That is so good. I think that's incredible, especially when mixed with a Doc and Thunderbird. I think Rook's going to be an S tier operator. I know so many people are going to disagree with this list, but if you're going to disagree, explain your point, okay? Let's just not just say this list shit. I want to hear your point on it. For Sense, I'm going to put them in B tier. POF9 just isn't that great in my opinion. I feel like for the most part, for most people, it's got too much recoil to make it justifiable. They are helpful in some situations, but for the most part, every situation I've had a Sense on my team, I kind of feel like they've been putting me at a disadvantage because they've been blocking off lines of sight which I wanted to look at. At least a thing with a smoke grenade is it's in a certain area, but with Sense, it can go across the site. So it's not only blocking off one line of sight, it's blocking off several. And yes, that is a good thing sometimes. With good coordination, you can get a plant down. But I just think personally, Sense, in my opinion, is just too finicky and temperamental in a lot of positions. Sledge, easy S tier, incredible gadget, can destroy soft floors, can destroy everything. But he's also getting the secondary impact EMP nades, so he's going to be wall denial as well. So if you can destroy soft floors, has an incredible loadout, you know, it's Sledge, and he has secondary EMP, yeah, easy S tier for Sledge. Smoke as well, Smoke is S tier, one of the best defenders in the game. Shotgun's incredible. Shield's extremely useful. Gadget can stop plants, it can stop pushes and everything. You can hold down entire lines of sight just with Smoke alone. But yeah, Smoke, incredible defender, one of the best defenders in the game, can make rotates and everything. Yeah, easy S tier for him as well. Tachanka, I'm gonna put in B tier. Gadget's too finicky. It's a good payoff, but you have to put your primary weapon away. It also bounces off a lot of stuff. His LMG is alright. It's really good for soft destruction. I feel like you just lose a lot of gunfights with it, even if you are hitting your shots. Maybe that's just me who doesn't play Tachanka that much, but I have no really any desire to play him. Maybe I'll try play him more, but I just think Tachanka is alright. Not bad, but alright. Thatcher, easy S tier. He's just a better version of the EMP impact grenades. I see a lot of people saying, do you think the EMP impact grenades are going to make Thatcher useless? No, I don't think they're going to make Thatcher useless. I actually think it's going to benefit Thatcher because he's going to get ban less and it'll actually make him played more. And, you know, Thatcher's Thatcher, you know, S tier, easy operator. Thermite is A tier in my opinion. Incredible hard breacher, just not as good as Ace. He's going to get benefited by the secondary impact EMPs as well. He's just not as good as Ace. He's incredible, but Ace is still the best hard breacher. Thorn I'm going to put in B tier. Once again, she can stop plants, so maybe she is A tier near Legion. I just feel like Legion's a better version of Capcan, Thorn, and Ella. Yes, their gadgets are all different, but if you put them on paper and you put them in a game, outcome of all their gadgets is near enough similar. It gives you a sound cue when someone's there, and it has the capability to kill them, disorientate them, or stun them. So I guess my justification here is Legion is just the best version out of the three of them. Thunderbird, easy S tier in my opinion. She has a spear on defense. Her gadget is insanely broken in my opinion. She has 3 Kona stations that gives unlimited healing, and like I said, she has 3 of them. I think she needs nerf. I think there should only be 1 or 2 Kona stations, or I think all 3 of her Kona stations shouldn't give infinite healing, or I think the healing that they give should be diminished a bit, especially with Rook now giving everyone self-revive. They can basically peek a window, get shot, get injured, 0 HP is injured, they can pick themselves up and they'll be on what, 10 or 20 HP, I think it's 20 HP, so they revive themselves and then they can go walk in a Kona station and go back to 100 HP. I don't really like the idea of that. So yeah, easy S tier for Thunderbird. Twitch is an easy A tier for me, great utility clear, great everything, you know, is Twitch. I just don't think she should be an S tier. Valkyrie, I don't know, incredible, you know, I think a lot of people kind of wrote her off after they stopped cameras going outside. I still think she's incredible for inside cameras. I want to put A tier, potential S tier operator though, but I think I'm going to settle with A tier for Valkyrie purely because they removed the aspect of throwing cameras outside. Doesn't mean she's bad. Cameras being inside are still insanely powerful. I'm going to put her in A tier. Okay, I'm going to put her in A tier. I'm going to put Valkyrie in A tier. Vigil, easy B tier operator. Don't really have much to say on Vigil. He's a great roamer. He can counter lie and he can hide from drones. It's Vigil. My easy A tier as well. I think he's just a better version of Jaeger now. He has 1.5 on his gun. Mix them together, they're both incredible. Use them individually, they're both incredible. Jaeger is incredible. I just think that Wamai is a better version of Jaeger. Warden, I'm going to put in A tier. He's actually been a lot more useful recently, especially with sense, smoke grenades and everything. I just feel like his gadget is still a bit finicky in its ways, but he's definitely not as bad as people make him out to be and how originally he was when he joined the game. So yeah, Warden's actually looking up a little bit. Ying, I don't know. I kind of want to put in B tier, but she's not bad at all. She's actually insanely good, and Warden is a direct counter to Ying. A tier. Nothing said. Not saying any more about Ying. A tier. Sam Fisher could be S tier. Gonna put him in A tier purely because there's changes coming to him, but they're not coming just yet, meaning that his camera won't instantly burrow through the wall and get shot instantly. I think he's incredible. I'm just going to put him in A tier. When he gets that buff, I think he's S tier. And finally, Zofia. Where do we put Zofia? LMG's been nerfed. Her AR is a bit more controllable now. She's a better version of Ashe in my opinion. She's got impacts and stuns. Does she go in S tier? Maybe? Yeah, she goes in S tier. Zofia is incredible. Just a better version of Ashe. Incredible fragger. Good for utility clearing. Good for concussing. Good for stopping bandit tricks and all that. Zofia is incredible. Interested to see how people are going to use her AR next season. Because like I said, it is a bit more controllable now. And the LMG has been nerfed. So yeah, Zofia in S tier in my opinion. Now at the end of this tier list, I think I've had some time to reflect on a lot of the choices. I think I was very harsh on Maverick. Although yes, he is losing nades, I don't think it's going to be as bad as I was making it out to be. So I'm thinking, although EMP impact is coming, I still think Maverick actually might be S tier. You know, I was very harsh. I was thinking from a very naive aspect. We also got to remember though that the Maverick holes are going to be assisted by nades. The only people that have nades now are Sledge, Nook, Ayana and Glaz. And Sledge and Nook are probably going to be used more for the EMP impacts now than their nades. So once again, I kind of want to push Maverick down, but he can also make a wall soft on his own. Alright, I'm going to leave Maverick in S tier. I was too harsh on him. I will admit I was too harsh on Maverick. I'm going to leave it in S tier. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, right, okay. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes with the grenade nerf. I'm not going to make any decisions. I would have put him at S tier last season. Although he's losing grenades, I think he might still be S tier. I don't really want to make any more changes to the graph though, but yes, okay. Maverick S tier. I was too harsh on him. I will admit that. But anyway, guys, be sure to let me know your thoughts on this graph. What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Have an incredible rest of your day. I love you all. Stay safe. Peace.